Hello students, in this video we are going to talk about the money multiplier process. We know that central bank is the sole authority to issue currency in the country. But do you know that commercial banks also contribute to money supply in the economy with the help of credit creation process, which will be explained in detail in this video. But before starting with that, let's have a look at two factors on which the credit creation capacity of banks depend. These two factors are amount of initial deposits received by the bank and the reserve requirement. We know that it is legally compulsory for banks to keep a certain minimum fraction of their deposits as reserve, and this fraction is known as the legal reserve ratio. Now on these two factors the credit creation process depends. The basic principle behind the working of credit creation process is as follows. We know that deposits are received by the bank. However, banks cannot use the whole of deposit for lending. As it was told earlier as well, it is legally compulsory to keep a minimum fraction of their deposit as reserves. After keeping a fraction of deposit as reserve, banks lend rest of the amount as loan. Now, it is assumed that this amount comes back to bank in the form of secondary deposit, and the same cycle continues, and at the end amount of the total deposit created by bank is in multiples of the amount of the initial deposit. And this is the main crux of the money multiplier process, which will be now explained with the help of a numerical example. Before starting with the numerical example, let's make two assumptions on the basis of which this process works. Firstly, entire banking system is single unit. Secondly, all receipts and payment in the economy are routed through banks. That is, all payments are made through checks and all receipts are deposited in bank. Now, starting with the numerical example. Let's assume that an initial deposit of ₹1000 is received by the bank. Assuming LRR to be 20%, banks will keep 200 as reserves and will give rest 800 as loan. Now, since we have made the assumption that all receipts and payments are routed through banks, banks do not lend this money by giving the amount in cash. Rather, they open account in the names of the borrowers who are free to withdraw the amount whenever they like. Now, suppose the borrower withdraws the amount 800 for making payment. Again, as all transactions are routed through bank, this 800 will again come back to bank in the form of deposit of the person who has received the payment. Thus, banks receive a new deposit of ₹800. From this 800 as well, banks will again keep 20% as reserve and lend rest 640 as loan. Borrower use this loan for making payment, which again comes back to bank in the form of the deposit, and thus deposits again rise by 640. The deposits keeps on increasing in the each round by the 80% of the last round of the deposit. At the same time, cash reserves also keep on increasing. The process will come to an end when deposit creation in the economy is in the multiple of the initial deposit, and amount of initial deposit becomes equal to the amount of total reserves. As it can be seen here, initial deposit was 1000 and the process ends when the sum of reserve also becomes 1000, and in the whole process money is created in the multiple of initial deposit. Since we know that initial deposit was 1000, total money created is equal to initial deposit into 1 upon LRR. Thus 1000 into 1 upon 20%, which is 5000, is the total money created in the economy. Now, please note few points. That here money is created in the economy in the form of deposits only, which is in the multiple of the initial deposit. Secondly, it can be noticed that money multiplier is equal to 1 upon LRR, which is 5 in our case. Money multiplier is the number by which total deposits can increase due to a given change in the deposit. Coming back to the example, again it can be seen that an initial deposit of 1000 led to total increase in the deposits equivalent to 5000, which is in the multiple of the initial deposit. And this is how commercial banks create money in the economy without printing the currency. Thus, recapitulating the credit creation process once again quickly, we can see that banks receive deposit, they keep a fraction as reserve, and they give rest of it as loan. Since all transactions are routed through bank, the amount given as loan again come back to bank in the form of deposit. A part is kept as fraction and a part is given as loan, and the cycle continues till money is created in the economy in the multiples of the initial deposits. And this is how commercial banks help in credit creation and also adds to the supply of money in the economy. Thank you and have a good day.